Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So on the weekend I did a video regarding the PVM supplies and how they were going up, and just sort of had a bit of a run through on the Grand Exchange of what items were working really well and what items were not working too well. Now that video went really well, and I think you guys enjoyed that sort of style. Rather than me like spend 20-25 minutes on a video talking through methods you guys already know, we'll be at the Grand Exchange. Thankfully this time we're now at the Max Guild, which means one thing. And I can run through like some money making methods all in one go, and if there's anything like really like niche or different, I can just do that rather than do everything. So in this video we're going to go over Necromancy. Now obviously Necromancy, it's been hammered to death with videos, a lot of guides and lots of different things here. I'm doing something different now, because of the prices of the items. They're now a lot more realistic, a lot more close. If anything now, the items are under the GE price rather than heavily over the price. And that's given me the question really of, is Necromancy still worthwhile doing to make money, or is now the best time for you to level your skill up because the prices are at that point now where they are quite cheap? Now don't get me wrong, Necromancy is still a money making skill and will be a money making skill for quite some time. However now, because of the price shifts, I think it was a good time to go for everything and show like what the viable methods are or items you should be buying rather than making yourself. Now this kind of ties in a little bit to Market Watch, so Market Watch will still be Friday. However, the level of depth I want to go into on this video, I feel that it could be a video on its own. So that's why I'm doing that today, and then I'll be doing Market Watch tomorrow, where the Necromancy items will be a high percentage of the falls. So it'll be a bit quicker on that side of the video, where we still have plenty of other stuff to talk through as well. So let's get started. So the first sort of level of things you can do is the lesser Necroplasm. However, there's 3 items I want to go through just to check the price now, just so we know where it roughly is to work for the context of the video. So the first one is Ashes. Ashes still are pretty strong in terms of price. They're nowhere near the 10k which they originally were. But at the current time of making this video, which is Wednesday at 9:49 GMT, they are 4.15k. So they are still decent money to make, like by making with the, I think it's Marital Incense sticks. Still very worthwhile doing that, and still very worth going to the mushrooms as well to go and make them as well. A vial of water, which again, get for free, but if you're going to buy them, they will be bought for a price of 161, so they're not too bad. And then finally, for some of the rituals, you're going to need ectoplasm. So I thought this item would start to rise as people moved into combat, but it really is just a GE price, which I suppose for Necromancy is quite good, but 2.5k, that's not too bad for ectoplasm, 2.5k. So these are 3 items which are sort of to the side of everything, and then everything else just involves like the same sort of process. So we're going to start with lesser Necroplasm. So per hour, you can roughly do 90 rituals if you're pretty much on it. So in terms of like the realistic player, I would say per hour you're going to be doing 80 rituals, which without any glyphs or anything like that, you'll be making 8,000 lesser Necroplasm per hour. So if we were to price check the lesser Necroplasm now, you can currently buy it for $6.99. Now a little sort of disclaimer is obviously this is Wednesday at 10 to 10. Not really peak times. Later on prices could be higher, prices could be lower. Again, check your margins, you can work stuff out for yourself. So the price we bought that for was $6.99. So $6.99 times 8k. So lesser Necroplasm makes 5.4 mil per hour with no multipliers. So on free-to-play, although I'm sure on free-to-play you might be able to use the lower tier multipliers, you can make a base of 5.4 mil per hour doing lesser Necroplasm. Which is, you know, for free-to-play, it's mental. For a brand new account, it's very good to start building a new account up. However, once you start introducing your levels of multipliers, admittedly your cost base will go up. But as long as you're clever with the multipliers you use, you should still make profit. Now, at the minute, with the wiki, if you were to do 80 rituals per hour at level 90 with the correct multipliers, you would make 34,000 Necroplasm per hour, which then translates into 23 mil, which is even better. But obviously, you need to be a member, and you do need to have the ability to use those multipliers for that. A bonus to this as well, Tome of 2 will grant another 5% on your output. But again with this, you will start to build up costs of regular Ghostly Ink, especially if you're looking at getting multipliers. But work out how much you're spending and how much is working. But Necroplasm will always be profit, and probably Necroplasm as a general will always be profit as well. But lesser Necroplasm is your absolute must for like a starter way to bring GP into your account. So what I'm going to go to next is the ink. I tell you what, no, I'm going to change plan and we'll go through the different variations of that item. So lesser necroplasm turns into greater necroplasm. So a price for that currently, I believe this is currently over GE mid, so 2.2k per lesser necroplasm, and that costs 2 of the lesser necroplasm. So there's still 700 GP profit there, and again, that is before adding multipliers on. The multipliers will just expand how much profit you can make, but as long as the base, there is profit there, you will make money even if you did multipliers as well, as long as you're not going too overboard with the powerful or the higher tier multipliers. And then turning the greater necroplasm into the final form, which is the powerful necroplasm, which has really gone down in price. So that is 2.8k. So powerful necroplasm is only 600 GP more than greater necroplasm. So here you could be viable to say that will not make money there. Yes, so you're going to need 2 greater necroplasm to make it powerful. With multipliers, you might be able to pull it out and make it profitable, but it's just not worth it. It sounds mad, but you're probably better off in terms of a profit making lesser necroplasm. And at the minute, with the price greater is, you could probably get away with it, but looking at the prices between the three, either powerful needs to go up in price or greater needs to come down to like roughly 1.8k. And that could actually be a little bit inflated. So that's the only one actually over or around its grand exchange price, which does seem a little bit odd. But still, if you use the correct multipliers, it can definitely work to be decent profit doing lesser necroplasm still. Definitely probably your best money making method in the grand exchange. But yeah, so that is all the necroplasm. So necroplasm is now done. So the next item we can do, which will be nice and brief, is candles. Now candles have been low-key one of the better money making methods actually here. People haven't been doing them, but they are quite AFK and they're actually decent XP for what they are. You can do them in a transaction of 60 and they're actually not that bad in terms of XP. I've been doing it on the bond account and it's actually like got me between 60 to 70 necromancy. Not as quick as what rituals or training would do, but not at a decent, like a bad pace either. So what you're going to need to make your ritual candles, again, these are bought from the shop, just 1 GP. So crafting necroplasm, you can go to your ritual candles and you can turn lesser necroplasm and 1 candle into your regular ritual candle. Now if we check this price on the grand exchange, this will be quite cheap. So this is 1,000 coins. However, with this, it is still 300 coins profit. There's something that is technically a bank standing skill and would be viable for free to play as well. So that is something which will bring profit. Something which will bring greater profit and is actually a pretty decent method is the greater ritual candle. Now it won't buy for mid, but it will buy for just over 8,000 coins. And again, this is something I've been doing on the bond account probably for about a week-ish. And it's ranged from anywhere up to 20k all the way down to 8k, which is the lowest price it's been. So for the price of 1,000 coins for your regular ritual candle and 2.2k for your greater necroplasm, you are able to sell the greater ritual candle, which is 5,000 coins profit per go. And it's pretty much a 60 interaction box. And it's probably good for about a minute and a half of just pure AFK time. So it's really, really nice. And it's not too bad at all. So that is the end of the candles. So after candles, the last thing we can do in terms of like your ritual items, or where people have really been making the most XP from necromancy, is ink. So ink, to start with, was the absolute gold mine in necromancy. The necroplasm is where you could make the ground from absolutely nothing, whereas the ink, if you were willing to take the risk in the highly volatile market to start with, is where you could make the absolute most profit. So ink is used with ashes, water and necroplasm. So if we look at ghostly ink, so regular ghostly ink is the first one, so that is a price of 28k. Now to make this, and if that is correct, so we can count the water and the ashes for 4.3k. The lesser necroplasm is 700 GP each, is 14k. So 18k for something which is selling at 28k is actually a decent price. And probably by far the best price for ink going. And I didn't expect the ink to be that good, to be fair. Considering like how much the candles and the lesser, like the necroplasms tanked, I thought the ink wouldn't be as good. So that is definitely one. So the next step from the regular ghostly ink is going to greater ghostly ink. That price is going to be at 67k. And we'll just do the powerful one while we're here. And the powerful ink will sell for 79k. So for all the inks, you're going to need 20 of your Necroplasm to make that. So the greater Necroplasm is going to cost 44,000 coins, plus your 4.8k from your vial and your ashes. That's going to be in for 48,000 coins. And currently that is selling for 67k. So that's quite a big profit mark there. Your greater Necroplasm is going to be at a cost of 56,000k. Or 56k, shall I say. 6,000k, and that is making around 79,000 coins. So heavily like high sort of tier profit there, and very, very good. So in terms of the Necroplasm market, obviously there's money. There is still money to be made in all of these Necromancy items, but the inks still seem to be like highly profitable. I didn't think they'd be this good, and I can tell you now, on the noob account or the bond account, we will be making this very, very shortly, because I've been doing candles, and I thought candles were really good and by far the highest profit. But now I've seen the price of inks. Inks is definitely what I'm going to move into, why it's still this sort of profit range. So in terms of profits for the last two, the greater ghostly ink is going to be just under 20k profit per ink, and the powerful ghostly ink is going to be about 23k profit. So in terms of levels needed, 20 for the regular ghostly ink, level 60 for your greater ghostly ink, and then the powerful ghostly ink is level 90 necromancy. One thing we're just going to check. Now, I don't know if this is going to be profit or not, but I thought it'd be worth checking. The necromancy potions as well have been rumoured to be decent money, so we can have a quick look at that. So the extreme is now included in the overload now. Yeah, we can debunk that live. So it might be worth checking the super potion though. So the extreme potion is an absolute bust. The super necromancy potion is a spirit weed and congealed blood. Congealed blood, you are going to need 5. It's good to be fair though, with congealed blood, it has actually made it decent money. But I think the problem will be people just don't have any. Oh no, maybe not. I will stop talking. So all in, that is 13k, and if that can sell for 23, then that's not too bad. And to be fair, the congealed blood is a stackable, so that is almost like how extreme rangings are. So it'd be nice AFK like Invo potions as well. And if we're just going to throw that in the Grand Exchange, 19k, wow. So all in, that potion 2.5k, let's just say that was 14.5k. So for 20k, that's 6k a potion profit, and quite an AFK potion at that as well. So that's another thing as well you can look at doing. So just in this video, we've done the necromancy potion, the super one makes profit. We have done the inks. Again, inks are by far the best thing we've done. Candles are very good, and the necroplasm will be there forever, but also very good value for money. Again, use your multipliers, work out if your multipliers will be beneficial, and you can make even more money than the base we've just gone over. What we've gone over is the absolute base, but depending on your level can depend on like how much profit you can make. Now, I will go off the wiki sort of guidelines for levels and multipliers, but again, this will be based off the current price of the Grand Exchange for lesser necroplasm, which it currently isn't. However, what seems to be the best is level 66 with 4 multiplies 2, which had it roughly at 17 mil per hour. Level 30, where you can have 2 multipliers 1, you can get to 7.9 mil per hour. However, it's actually better profit to have no alteration glyphs at all. From the wiki, and again, it is from the wiki, the best way to have is no alteration glyphs at level 20 until level 66, when you can unlock those 4 multiplier 2 glyphs. Originally, level 20, you're going to be 8 mil profit per hour. Again, that's going to have to be adjusted to what you could do. I think we showed it as 5.4 mil per hour. The 4 multiplied 2 will bring in 17.3 mil profit, which I think you'll probably find is more 15 mil. But again, 15 mil level 66 necromancy is really not that bad at all. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know if these kind of videos help. I think they provide better value like this, rather than like just going from spot to spot and explaining stuff you guys have probably seen on like thousands of other guides. I'd much rather spend the time talking through like methods and like costs and stuff like this, because I think it brings better value, and I think it's like better shown as well. I've shown you a time and a date of when I've done it. I've run through everything I've bought, and then we can give you the numbers as well of what you can make and stuff like that. But I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel. I have now got a couple of days off work, so we're going to go pretty heavy on the video making side. If you have any suggestions for content, anything you want to see, drop in them comments and I'll make sure I can do it. But again, thank you all for the support, thank you all for the views and all the likes and all the comments lately, really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Market Watch episode 11.